I don't know. Let's move on. Butterbean is here, and this is the thing that I think most people talk about and think about from WrestleMania 15, maybe more than everything else. It's Butterbean versus Bart Gunn. It's a brawl for all shoot match, and it lasts 35 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, this is brutal, man. I mean, to see the way he got knocked out, it's one of the more devastating knockouts I've ever seen in any sort of combat sport, certainly in wrestling. And the allure of Bart Gunn is dead. I mean,
yeah.
he just beat up everybody in the locker room. We've shown everybody he's the best shoot fighter we have, and then we bring in an outsider who doesn't look like a traditional pro wrestler, and bam, down goes Bart like a sack of potatoes in 35 seconds. What's going through your mind when you see Bart go down?
Thank God it's finally over
Yeah,
because we had tried so hard, pitched this idea and that idea. Again, I'll probably always have to live with the fact that, I'm sure Bart Gunn still probably believes I had a lot to do with his failure. I had nothing to do with his success or his failure, uh, to be honest about it. So, but I thought we missed the boat on him. We should have. I thought he would have been a good mid card, semi main babyface, or a heel, put in the right scenario. If he lived in the right neighborhood, so to speak. But it just it just was a sad time, and like I said, I was glad that it's over because that was a journey that we all took together. Guys got hurt. We had thousands of dollars in medical bills. It just was horrendous. So thank God it's over.
well, it was over. The three judges for this were Kevin Rooney, Chuck Wepner, who throw that in your Google machine, the inspiration for the movie Rocky, also a Philly story, and then Gorilla Monsoon. And I think this is going to be Gorilla's first appearance in a while in public after some health problems. He's lost a ton of weight, but got a big show, a big pop. Did you get to spend any time with Gorilla at this show? I know he was still going to Stanford, doing some voiceovers and things like that for international TV, but this is his last WrestleMania.
Anytime I could be around Gino, aka Gorilla Monsoon, Bob Morella, I did. I loved the man. I loved him like family. I think about him all the time. I don't know that there's a full day goes by that I don't think about Gorilla Monsoon. He was that valuable to me. I trusted him. And in pro wrestling, if you hadn't picked up on it, folks, sometimes trust isn't the most prevalent aspect of somebody's relationship. Gorilla, you never had any issues. So I loved him. He was the one that insisted on the leather seats in the rental cars because he could get in and out of them easier. Uh, I took him to the casinos on days that we had delays. Like we can't start till 8 o'clock. That's 5 hours from now. So he said, "Let's go, redneck," and I would drive him to one of the casinos there in that area, and essentially watch him play blackjack all day. But I love the guy, like seriously, just like family. That uncle that you just love to be around because of the stories and all this stuff. So, but he lost a lot of weight. You know that I've lost. I weighed yesterday at Publix has scales out in their lobbies, like these big animal scales. You just step on them,
Yep.
and I weighed 200.
How about that?
Yeah, 200 pounds. When I started this journey, this diabetes stuff, and started taking the what you call it, Ozempic or whatever it is, give myself
Ozempic, yeah.
Ozempic. I give myself a shot every night into my stomach. Plenty of territory there, by the way. But I weighed 200 pounds. The lowest I've been since I've been sick was here a while back. I weighed 196 or 197, and yesterday I weighed 200 pounds. I weighed 200 pounds when I was uh, I'll brag on myself, an all conference football lineman in high school. I weighed 200 pounds. So it's interesting. This whole thing's been an interesting journey, but all my vitals are tremendous. And I lost all that. I've lost all this weight. I plan on keeping it off because my diet's changed. There's things I don't even buy anymore. If it's got a lot of sugar in it, over 4 grams, I'm out. So anyway, anytime I could spend an extra 10 minutes or 10 hours with Gorilla Monsoon, I took advantage of it because he was teaching me things every time we got together, teaching me stuff, psychology, uh, this, that, and the other. So anyway, yeah, and I'm glad we did it there. Is it was kind of local for Gorilla. So, but those that have not met did not get a chance to meet him or didn't know him through whatever avenues. You missed out on something. Uh, he's just a lovable, wonderful man, and I miss him to this very day. Seriously.
Well said. Man, what a great man. I can't imagine how much fun he'd be having with wrestling today. Let's talk about the next match. We got Mankind and Paul White. This is a stunt show, if you will. My goodness, I'll never forget the choke slam on the chair. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mankind winds up doing a stretcher job and said to be taken to the hospital afterwards. Just brutal. But Mankind gets the win by DQ. If we were looking to make an impression with Paul White at WrestleMania, I think we did that.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. It worked out well. The violence generally takes your mind off of faulty moves. At least that's my take on it. And they had plenty of contact, plenty of violence. That shot that Bull put up there a minute ago about those two chairs,
Yeah,
they're all mangled.
brutal.
And that, right there, you see, and that's because of Mick Foley's body
Yes.
and the strength and the power of Big Show. So, but I thought we did a nice job with that deal. You didn't want to beat Mick at that point in time; he's too valuable. But we beat him up, and that seemed to get the job done.
We got to mention too. This is the first turn that Paul White has. I know there's become a running joke about how many times he turned between heel and babyface. It felt like it happened over and over and over. Well, this is the first turn. Of course, he debuted as a heel, siding with Vince McMahon. Vince comes out here, starts to berate him, and eventually Paul White picks him up like he's going to go for a choke slam and then lets him down. And then McMahon says, "I'm Vince McMahon and you're a nobody." So finally he slaps him and punches him, leaves him for dead. Patterson and Briscoe help Vince to the back. But now we've got a face Big Show, which I don't know, feels like a little more juice left in the heel run, but what do I know?